Hi guys, Googin Hiem here. I got a two-part commentary that I'm doing. Um, this first part is going to be like a review of Black Ops 2, of my experience with the game. I talk about a few different things and how I feel about what they did with the game and how it works and so on and so forth. And then in the next video, I'm going to talk about some things that I think me and the rest of the community would like to see in the next Call of Duty game. So stick around for that. This gameplay in the background is just me by myself. I wasn't in a party or anything. It was late at night. I do alright. I struggle a little bit, but then I come back from it. I made one noob mistake. I got my VSAT and I come around the corner calling it in and get myself killed because I can't shoot. That was very noobish, so make sure to laugh at me there, but I think I make up for it. So yeah, let's get into it. The first thing I'd like to talk about is the connectivity in this game. I'm gonna give Treyarch a 4 out of 10, and I think that's being generous. I don't know about you guys on Xbox and PC, but on PlayStation 3 there's a lot of times when you spend 5, 10, 15 minutes getting a party together, and then you go to jump into a game and it splits you up and puts you in different lobbies, and I don't know why the game does that, but it's really irritating, and I wish it wouldn't, because then everybody's gotta back out and go regroup and hope it doesn't happen again. There's really no rhyme or reason to when it happens. It just does. Sometimes I play all night and it doesn't happen, and sometimes it happens twice in a half an hour. So I don't like that. I also don't like I know that everybody's been complaining about lag compensation. The truth is most of the people don't even really know what lag compensation is. Every Call of Duty game has always had lag compensation, and I think it's a good thing, but okay, lag compensation does not slow down your internet either, just throwing that out there. But there's definitely something different about what they did with this game than other Call of Duty games. I mean, let's say COD4 or Modern Warfare 2, for an instance. If the game was lagging, you could tell right off the bat, and your screen would be freezing up and your character would be jumping all over the place. You could tell. In this game, you don't really notice it until you're shooting at a guy and nothing's happening, and you're like, why am I not getting hit markers? And by the time it registers in your head a second later that your game is lagging and the character model on your screen might not actually be where the player is on your screen, and but by the time you realize that, you're already dead, so it doesn't matter. And I guess that means that lag compensation is doing its job if you don't see the lag, but that can be a good thing and a bad thing. Because I'm sure you've all had those matches where everything's running fine, but there's one person that just every time you run into him, you can't shoot him. And it's probably because that person's running on a slower connection, and where you're aiming might not necessarily be where the character model actually is. And it gets really frustrating because a lot of times, you're on 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kills, and all of a sudden you run into that guy and you're like, oh, I got this kill, and you're aiming in and shooting and shooting and shooting, and you're like, what's happening? Why isn't this guy going down? And next thing you know, you're dead. It can be very frustrating. I don't like that about this game. And I know it's a really complicated issue. I don't know what... I'm not a developer. I'm not a game developer. I don't I don't know the solution for the game, but there has to be one out there. I know that they're never going to completely make lag go away, but there has to be a way to make it better. I guess to me, the person that's lagging doesn't notice it either half the time. So to me, it's almost better the old way, like it was on COD4 and Modern Warfare 2, because then you could, hey, my connection's shitty right now, and you could back out of the match and reset your system or reset your router or whatever you need to do, or maybe go in the other room and tell your wife to stop fucking uploading pictures to Facebook or whatever's going on. But in this game, you don't notice it until it's too late, and that's what I don't like about it. The next thing I want to talk about is like creativity and ingenuity, new ideas with this game. I'm gonna go ahead and give Treyarch a 10 on that. I really like the pick 10 system. I think that this game has the best creative class system out of any Call of Duty, for sure. For me, I think it's the best. Because you don't need unnecessary things. Like, I don't really use grenades. I don't use explosives. Once in a while I carry around a C4 on one or two of my classes if I feel like I'm running into a bunch of campers and stuff. But I really like in this game that if I don't want to have that stuff, I don't have to. I can use those slots for something else. I think that was a really good idea. I also think that the new score streak system is just great. I never liked objective-based game modes before because nobody ever played the objective. I used to hate kill confirmed. On Modern Warfare 3, people just sit there and watch tags and wait for you to pick them up and shoot you, and it was just super annoying. And on this game, people want their tags, they're running for them, they want them kill streaks, and I really love that about this game. I think they did a great job with that. So I'm gonna give them a 10. I think in that respect, this game is awesome. So the next thing I want to talk about is the overall like how much fun I have when I'm playing this game. And this is a tricky one. I'm gonna say a 7, but some days I could give this game a freaking 11 out of 10. Like, off the chart score how fun it is to play. Because some days I can come on this game and just absolutely own, and my bullets are hitting well, everything's working well, but then the next day I can come on this game and it's just not working right, and my bullets aren't hitting, and the game is constantly spawning people behind me. Sometimes it's just too frustrating to play, and I just have to shut it off. And I just wish that we could find a solution to the point where, like, I could turn the game on and have fun with it every time I turn it on. That's the other thing I wanted to say, is the spawns in this game. I really wish that they would have put more time and effort into the spawns. And I don't know if that, like, deserves its own category, but I've had it where I've spawned in the same room as enemies. I've had enemies spawn in the same room as me. I've shot people on the other team and had them spawn right behind me after I shot them, and it's really frustrating. I've had a VSAT up before, and I've shot somebody, went to reload my gun, and I watched a little triangle pop up on my VSAT, and I couldn't even turn around in time. There's just bang in the back, dead. And you look down and it was the same person that you just shot. So it's really annoying. So the video is coming to an end. I guess overall I'm going to say that this is a great game. It's probably the second best after COD4, but sometimes the greatness is buried under piles and piles of garbage. So thanks for watching, guys.